Okay, problems of this form is said to be solved by drawing. It says by drawing a diagram, determine the distance traveled north and the distance traveled east by a plane flying on a bearing of 50 degrees for 100 kilometers. Roughly, this is what you would have done. North, because you start measuring bearing from the north. That's your point, reference point. Here is your reference point. And you have 50 degrees bearing, and this is supposed to be 100 kilometers. So a distance traveled north would be this north, and the distance traveled east would then be this piece. Okay, so there are many ways how to solve this. Let's try it as simple as possible. Here we go. Calculator out of the question. It says by drawing, so we need a protractor, a ruler, pencil. I'm going to use a red pen and blue pen so it can be much more seen. So let's start. Since it's a bearing of 50 degrees, let's go to this side. I'm coming here, and this is my reference point. So let me do this in red. That's my reference point. So I'm going to draw a line up and down. Actually, it only needs to go up, so let me do it this way. This is north. That's my reference point. I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to make sure that the line here is 0. Expand a little bit more, that the line here, which is 0, is in alignment. Put in the white paper so it's much better seen. The line here with 0 is in alignment with the line with the other 0, and the 90 is in alignment with our graph. So let's go. That's our reference point there. Let's capture it with the center piece. Ensure that you have alignment there. Ensure that you have alignment with the 0. Ensure that the 90 is also well set there. So we have on that side 0, we have on this side 0. So we wanted how much? 50 degrees north. So you start traveling from north in this direction, that is 50 degrees. Having marked the 50 degrees from here, I'm going to take this out and draw a line, and this line is to be a certain length. So for right now, let's just draw roughly a line. You could have done some adjustments before you draw your line, but for right now, let's just leave it as this. Now obviously we cannot fit this to be 100 kilometers. So here we have our 50 degrees, and so we need to fit 100 kilometers here, or a measurement that will represent 100 kilometers. So let's put our concepts here. We can say that 1 centimeter will represent 10 kilometers, and if 1 centimeter represents 10 kilometers, then we can say that 10 centimeter represents 100 kilometers. So that means that this line from the reference point in this direction, the plane has flown 10 centimeters, which represents the 100 kilometers. So let's measure. Take your ruler and measure it. Try to be as best as possible with your markings. So there it goes, and there we mark our 10. Now start to measure also from the 0 to the 10, and that's our spot where the plane is. Now having done that, you come and you draw a line down. So remember also that here we have a reference point. We come down here, notice where that is, try to catch that. This is the north direction, and this is the east direction. This is our right angle triangle. So what do we do? Well, this is what we will be doing. Because it's by drawing our calculations that we are doing, we can now count. We say here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 centimeter here, and count how many millimeters. 1, let me try to expand this even more. Okay, it's not that clearly seen. Let me bring it closer. You count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the 6.5, so that we can say that this position is 7.65 centimeters. Okay, now we count the northern direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimeters upwards, and we count how many more millimeters. Well, that's approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimeters, and 6.4, and halfway the fourth and the fifth millimeter, so that's 6.45 centimeters north. Now those are our measurements in centimeters. So how do we state our values now? Well, the northern direction, north distance, is such that 1 centimeter is to 10 kilometers. And so we can say that if 1 centimeter represents 10 kilometers and we have north 6.45, we can say that the north direction equals 6.45 times 10 kilometers, which is 64.5 kilometers north. And then east, we put again our scale. 1 centimeter represents 10 kilometers, so east will be 7.65 times 10 kilometers, which is 76.5 kilometers, and that's our solution. This is by drawing. You can solve this also by using trigonometry and calculations with your calculator, and you notice we did not use our calculator for this.